I have definitely seen a drop in violent crime in Northeast parks.
Spokane police say a new pilot program in Northeast Spokane is making parks safer. SPD says it's assigned officers to each park in Northeast Spokane to enforce and educate people about the rules. Thank you for joining us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. The most important rule pertains to the ordinance passed last year that makes it a misdemeanor to be at city parks after hours. Marissa Rio is live from a park in Hilliard with how this is deterring crime.
An official with SPD said there are about 4 officers designated to each park in Northeast Spokane. They come here during the day and during the night, but the reason why those after hours are so important is because he says that's when most of their violent calls for crime, come in. Now, I did speak with a few people in this neighborhood here in Hilliard, and they said they have noticed the increased police presence and they appreciate it.
I think when they're showing their faces around here in the cars, you don't get as much riffraff.
Dan Crowley has lived in Hilliard for decades and has seen firsthand the difference SPD's focused enforcement on parks has made in his neighborhood.
They leave tons of garbage, but that has gotten tons better.
Another neighbor echoed that, saying James J. Hill Park is now safer. A captain with SPD says they started this program in April. He says there has been a decline in calls for service this year compared to last year at Northeast Spokane parks. SPD says this tells them the added presence of law enforcement is working.
Officers aren't there for heavy enforcement. They're there to kind of change behavior, and so a lot of it is with the new, regulations on park hours and that type of thing. Just educating them that there's certain hours and activity that's allowed in the parks.
Beyond enforcement, Spokane Parks and Rec says events like Pig Out in the Park that bring out more families also help deter crime. Another strategy, investing in our parks.
But when you see that type of activation, well-lit parks and people enjoying the parks, we've just found that people are deciding to change their minds and not have that negative activity or criminal activity that we've seen in the past.
Garrett Jones says investing in our parks is also a proactive strategy by getting our youth involved in activities. This can help with their mental and physical health and in turn point them in the right direction. Live from Northeast Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.